All right, call the meeting to order, 7:32. We don't have any intruders, so move on. Um, Approval of meeting notes from October. Lily, thanks for taking those.
Happy to take them again if you'd like.
Sure.
Okay.
Motion to approve the notes.
So moved.
All right, Christina,
Yes.
Tiana,
Yes.
and Lily.
Yes.
All right, meeting notes approved. Next item is the candy wrapper recycling. So the box library was surprisingly full, which is
Awesome.
great. And I think we should probably put it there from now on. So are the boxes at the schools picked up, or we still need to do that?
No, I was going to leave them till early next week. I went by and emptied the ones that I had been informed were reaching fullish, or where I just happened to be. Like I went to Dolbear on Monday for food rescue stuff, and while I'm here, I'll empty the box. So I have emptied Walton, Dolbear, and Woodville over the last few days, but left the boxes there for them to continue to collect. Each had a good volume, so I have a sort of half a garbage bag worth. Now that could condense into grapefruit if you really squash it, probably, but so decent amount. And I asked Nate to check on the middle school box and let me know if that one's getting full. So
Great.
Yeah.
And they're not getting gross outside? No.
Not too bad.
Great. Perfect.
There was one rogue plastic fork in one of them. I didn't look too closely. In each case, I was in a hurry, so just like grabbing what's in there. There was one plastic fork. That's not a wrapper, but yeah.
Bound to happen.
If that's the worst intrusion into the boxes, that's pretty good. I'm
Yeah.
a little apprehensive about the middle school and high school boxes.
Yeah.
What's in those,
Mm-hmm.
especially if they've now been sitting for 2.5 weeks. Like there may be a gross apple core in there, but we'll see.
Or they could just be demolished.
They could, yeah. I don't even know if they still exist. For all I know, they are long gone. Those two schools. I like got the boxes there on, the day after Halloween or whatever, and haven't had contact with them since. So.
Yeah.
Okay, well, so Christina, you said yours is like empty, so we can use that.
Yeah, I have a lot of room in mine. Like Tiana said, it's like I squished everything and it's, the whole thing's filled, like empty. So plenty of room for whatever we have.
Okay, great. Awesome.
I'll just coordinate with you then on like finding a time to bring them over and sort of sift through and make sure that they're all candy wrappers. A decent number of them are in Ziploc bags, like gallon or quart size bags.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we should empty them out of that.
Probably.
Yeah. Probably, right?
Yeah.
Yes, we can do that.
And
I wasn't sure about granola bar wrappers. Somebody asked me about that. And I was like,
I would assume that's fine because it's basically the same kind of wrapper.
Right.
That's what I was thinking. And then I started saving our granola, the Cliff bars and that kind of thing that go through my house. So so we have some of that too.
Yeah, I mean, most of the wrappers for candy are similar for many other things. So
what I was thinking.
I don't think they're going to be like, oh, you sent me a granola bar.
Right. Needs to be a Mars wrapper. Yeah.
Right.
All right.
Are you around the beginning of next week, Christina?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. I'll coordinate with you to.
Yeah, we're not traveling at all for Thanksgiving, so we're around.
Okay. Cool.
So I'll wait to send back the one that I have just in case we need to like.
Yeah, that'd be good. I mean, I assume there's some space if we were to squash it. Yeah, sounds good.
Cool. I think this was way more successful this year.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tiana, for coordinating the schools.
No problem.
Awesome.
And then I'll, like, when I collect the boxes, I'll deconstruct them and make sure they get properly recycled as well. I don't think we're gonna save them for next year's collection. We'll make fresh
Oh.
boxes next year.
Yeah.
While it's fresh in our minds, was there anything we would change or anything different that we would do for next year?
The process of creating the boxes was sort of fun and sort of silly.
Mhm.
Halfway through, I regretted using 8.5 by 11 pieces of paper. I think the easier thing would be to just wrap the box like a gift and then punch a hole in it.
Smart.
I thought of that well after getting too far into it. I think we certainly would want to think about the whole peanut nuts thing and make a call on either whether the boxes should just live outside or I don't know, do we collect them at the schools at all? There's been a decent volume there. I imagine not all of those would have gotten to the library if we had said
Right.
that we're only collecting centrally at the library.
I think the reminder about candy wrappers with the composting was a good idea because I saw a bunch of people bringing their candy wrappers when they brought their pumpkins.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I'm wondering if most of them happened on that day or not.
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, I don't know.
Because that's all we did last year was just collected on the day of the pumpkin compost. So I don't know if we got that many last year anyways for that.
No, but I also think we didn't advertise it nearly as much last year.
Right.
Do we know, did they end up in the PTO newsletters? I feel like there was a link
I
to
think
it,
it
but
was.
not a good description.
Well, I know Amy was like, she made her own flyer, sent out, or maybe that was the pumpkin.
About that, I think that was about the pumpkins. And it maybe said like, oh, also your candy wrappers. So I think we could advertise a little bit more ahead.
Yeah. I mean, I think having it at the library and then having it in their newsletter was, way more expansive than we
Yeah, definitely library next year. Sorry, town hall.
Yeah. No, the library was a good idea.
Yeah.
I don't know who came up with that, but that was good.
Yeah, I think making, those boxes easier to put together, maybe we don't have to like wrap them in anything and just put a sign on it.
Yeah, and that's what I did last year. There's such random weird other boxes, it's like lilac hedge meat delivery and random paper and real paper towel. Like, I don't know. It's like I didn't want them to look super shitty.
Yeah. Well, maybe you could just like print out like a little sign and like paste it on top of the labels or whatever like advertising is on them.
That's essentially what I did was I covered up the other random stuff that was on the boxes. And I had like a sticker of the candy wrapper sign that I put on the boxes. So I just think it could have been easier to cover the boxes if I was using large sheet of paper or like brown wrapping.
Brown.
Right. Yeah.
Craft paper or something.
Paper, yeah.
As long as it gets recycled.
Right. Great.
I also didn't go into it thinking we were going to have 7 schools want to do it. I thought I was making 3 of these.
Yeah.
So when Amy succeeded in cajoling all of the schools into doing it, it became more of a like, what boxes
even the
happen to be in my
Doyle.
basement?
I didn't foresee the Doyle coming in. But that was great. I mean, she's been really helpful with getting out on things. So. All right. Next item is school waste initiatives. So I've been talking to Nathaniel about Galvin recycling, and then I also, so he was thinking like he would start like a recycling club like they have at high school. But then I was thinking like maybe he should just start a green team, and to get more interest and do more things than just recycling. And so he thought that was a good idea, and he's trying to get a meeting with a teacher there to have the teacher support, and then kind of go from there. So I think we're heading in the right direction, and I'm hoping he seems very motivated and into it. So
And that's what you need, is someone at the
Mhm.
school who's
Right.
motivated and is gonna make it happen.
exactly, and also a teacher to support, and not just me coming in from the outside. And so that is good. And then so the Dole Bear food rescue started this week. Sounds like it went well.
Yeah, I was there on Monday just for the start of lunch. I was at just kindergarten lunch. And the new lunch person seems like into it and cares and understood. I guess she had
good.
been a volunteer lunch helper back before COVID when we first tried to do this. So she sort of remembered some of it and had like informed questions like, oh, I didn't know if apples are okay. Great, good to know. Apples are, like she was really sort of thinking about it and not just like,
Yeah.
So, I mean, I wasn't there the rest of the time or rest of the week so far, but she at least seemed good. Cheyenne showed up when I was leaving. So she was going to show her like the pack it away in the fridge part. But they're at least now not quite as short staffed at lunch and they seem ready to take it on. While I was talking with her and I was like sort of saying how, or she was saying something about composting, I was saying like, yeah, I think we'll get to that at some point. The principal happened to come in and said specifically, we're not ready for composting yet, but I'm glad we're doing the food rescue. So I don't know if he heard me say it or if he was just like wanting to reinforce the notion of not getting too far ahead of things, but
I understand.
I don't know.
Position.
I don't either. Maybe they've had some particular challenges with such things in the past. I will say the custodian was saying some not supremely supportive things. Generally, not even necessarily about, it wasn't about compost, but his demeanor made me think that maybe he wouldn't be enthusiastic about anything that became part of his role in doing that. Just my hunch. So it might just be a
I think we like
Right
mentioned
now, right
it
now.
to him in passing before, and he was kind of like, "Oh, it's the same as me taking the garbage out as long as it goes to this like same area. Like he just walks right out the back door. It's not like a long place to like pull all the stuff out."
Sure.
But yeah, he is not as nice. So we'll see.
Yeah. But anyway, like we can let them get food rescue
Yeah.
successfully running and then we can see about adding compost.
So there's 2 new lunch monitors or just 1?
2, but one of them was particularly engaged.
Okay.
Lisa, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I didn't hear back from Cheyenne, but I didn't know if it was like helpful if you guys needed me to pop in on Friday. I don't know if it's like past the point, like they are good to go, or if you want some eyes in there to just see what's going on.
I think it would be helpful just to check in at the end of the week
Okay.
and like see how the first week went.
Okay.
yeah, and if they have any questions, like if
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, I was thinking I would just during lunch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome. Yeah, I think that's about it for schools. So moving on, green business, we did get some feedback from the chamber board members. And also the survey link was sent out by Aaron and the chamber.
Yeah, I'm looking now to see if we got any responses.
Okay.
We got one. I mean, other than Jeff with Velvet Lawn Care.
I mean, the place that they put the link in the newsletter was not very outstanding, but what are you gonna do? So let me just share the feedback that we got that John sent me.
Well, the second business that took the survey is also interested in the
Which
green
one?
business program. Hearts.
Oh, Harbor.
Mhm.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, said some generally supportive things.
Awesome.
Yeah, they let me put the code flyer up in their windows. They seem amenable to art stuff. So this is just some random comments that John sent me. So first one, I suggest that they categorize the items based on the services the business provides. So I think we had talked about that, like kind of separating the food businesses from non-food, but for example, many items address restaurants and food services, so why not make a separate category for them? I mean, we could, that would, I guess, make things easier for people to like spot which ones they can do or not do. If they're a certain type of business.
Was our thought also that if it wasn't a food business, like if they had a break area or something, they would still be using these, like, or they could possibly be using some of these kinds of things?
Sure, yeah.
We talked about, yeah.
Right? I feel like
I think
that's
you're
where
right.
we're at with that.
Which may partly just be an education thing of like,
Right.
if we, like, as we roll it out, that we actually make clear in the instructions, like, hey, even if you don't serve beverages to your customers, if you've got a break room or a whatever, and you have beverages for your employees,
Exactly.
these things, you know, these certain things still apply about cups and straws and whatever.
Mhm.
So that might just be like part of the packaging of the
Yeah.
information.
And I feel like we may have had some wording in there, like in some of the questions, but maybe not.
I think like the page of points may not stand alone. Like we might want to sort of put it on a web page with a little bit more context and explanation.
Yeah.
I'll just make some notes here. I'm unclear as to the points and how they would add up to gold, etc. Maybe we
Add
need
them.
an explanation, like, or an
An
example.
example.
Oh, an
Yeah.
example. Okay.
Good idea.
And all sizes of businesses achieve gold status if they're small business, for example, may rent from a landlord, etc., or not buy a hybrid car for their use. I mean, I guess we should see
Hmm.
what we have that I mean, this doesn't mention anything about food, so I don't know what kind of business this is. May rent from a landlord, so that's probably referring to like energy stuff.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Or not a hybrid car. I mean, I don't remember what we have in the goal, but I mean, other things can, maybe they just don't understand that all the different categories can add up to
They
gold.
can add up. Right.
Right.
I think I need a better explanation.
Yeah. Seemed like there were a number of different avenues to get to gold.
I guess we don't have a gold category. It's just the points.
Right, but so they might be thinking that they just can't get enough points without, or enough points to hit gold if they don't get any of the 5 pointers.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I guess we just need to better explain like how you can add up and.
Yeah, I think an example might, or a pair of examples, like a food service example and a not food service example, perhaps.
Yeah,
Maybe a big, like a larger business and just like a small, downtown kind of business with like a single owner kind of thing.
what is the incentive other than being a good business?
Oh my, okay.
I mean, fair, whatever. Like, if they don't think it is meaningful to them.
It's in it for me. Yeah, I mean, we
What's in it for me is correct.
Mhm.
What is in it for me?
can better explain the benefits.
Sure, yeah. Right, so, like, we will promote that you are green and, yeah, accolade.
Ocean, sticker, window. Maybe we need to like give out some free stuff. I don't know. Besides the sticker,
Mm.
Maybe is there like some sort
we
of
could
prize
get some,
pack?
like efficient light bulb something.
Yeah, not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Went to Trader Joe's today on the way home. Came back with all sorts of odd things, and this tea smells weird.
Happens when you go there.
You always pick up stuff you don't expect.
Totally. We went in there for bread and clementines. We spent $80 and got weird things. Strange
Pumpkin
tea.
flavored everything.
This is a pumpkin rooibos tea.
Oh, there you go. I've had that tea before.
It's a little. There's some. We'll see.
Yeah.
Okay, so explain benefits of program. Maybe we need to like think about how we can spice up the benefits
Yeah.
to make them more intriguing.
I think
Maybe
the
we should ask.
promotion side of things is a good, I mean, what are they looking for? I don't know.
Well, maybe we ask them, like,
Yeah.
is there anything in particular that would make you
Yeah.
excited about this?
Do we have that in the survey?
I think we have, like, would this survey back open? Would you be interested in participating? What obstacles, what resources would help you? So that's the, like, peer support, coaching, webinars, supplies or shared purchasing. And then what sustainability efforts do you already do? And then would recognition as a green business be important to you? For example, in a publicized town listing with window decals, etc. And both so far said yes. But we didn't ask, like, what else would you like just other than that promotion?
Yeah.
Is it something that they would put on the town website at all? Or is that?
We would have it on our website.
Oh, I
Yeah,
don't,
like
okay.
on our page, I think we could have a page that is like green business program.
Right.
Here's how you apply, and here are the participants or the
business, yeah.
and that's pretty easy to keep up. Like, Jen is very quick about making updates when we ask. So if, every few weeks there are new businesses, that won't be a huge burden of keeping that updated.
We do most of what is applicable to a non-food business. I'm not going to do any of the 5-point options.
It's not a requirement. It's just an option, right? I mean, people can choose what works for their business.
Mhm. And I'm not
So
sure that
so they're saying they already do all the things that are non-food related, so how are they supposed to get, any points, basically?
Oh,
well, if they already do them, then
Take the
maybe
points,
they're
right?
already at silver.
yeah, maybe you're
Yeah.
self
Right?
business.
Like,
Yeah,
great
so I could
work.
say, just need to demonstrate the actions taken. What are we calling it? Medals, or what are we calling it?
Recognition, status,
Yeah.
whatever, whichever appropriate level of.
Appropriate recognition. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we probably need to flesh out like the demonstration piece. Like, do we need them to send us pictures? Do we take their word?
Right, we talked about we could do that as like another Google survey where, they check off the items that they do. I don't know if we want them to we could have any free response of tell us more about any of those particular things. I think we figured out that we can't have in Google Forms have a response be a picture, but we could always just have them email us a couple of pictures that show if they're particular things that we're skeptical about, I guess. I don't know if we want a business to have to send us 20 pictures. That's kind of obnoxious.
Yeah.
I think if they're going through the trouble of filling out the form that's saying that they did something, chances are they did it.
Mhm. Yeah. Right. And I think we just weren't going to make that survey until we asked folks and got some feedback so they could say this particular question doesn't make sense, or this category is garbage, or whatever. So we can make that. That's pretty easy.
Okay. That's all the comments gotten so far. Was there anything from the one business? Any comments?
Share my screen and take us through the. So let's see. There, they get it. They know about the bylaws. Sustainability topics are very important to both of their customers. That's good to hear. Yes, they're both interested in this program. No obstacles. Resources that will help. We got one vote on each of these things.
What is that last one?
This was because we had an other, you can write in something.
Paper for floors and level.
Oh, okay.
That's good to know. I didn't actually
They
know that.
collect,
Didn't know that
they
either.
collect fluorescent bulbs and lithium batteries and then give them to street, I guess.
Oh,
I'll reach out and ask more about that because I didn't actually know that. We should have that on our website on the.
Yeah, drop off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. This was the what efforts are they already participating in?
Give businesses, and what's the last one? Reducing.
I assume unincentive to install solar panels.
I mean, doesn't the WMGLD incentives apply to businesses?
Yeah, that doesn't sound like a sustainability effort that one of these businesses would do. I'm confused by that response.
Oh, are they saying they give businesses incentives?
I don't know. That doesn't really track.
Use fertilizer inputs for residential lawn care. Okay.
No, that's a good one. That makes
Yeah.
sense. I would certainly, like, I think we should be able to use some discretion for like, if, like, was there an option for that around fertilizers
No.
or lawn
Um,
care stuff? I thought there was something about
was
lawn care.
something about green space or watering.
Something
Oh,
about
yeah,
water.
maybe about sprinklers and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like,
We could add the fertilizer. Yeah.
Oh, that's a great one. I'm
Mhm.
surprised we missed that, actually.
well, this is a lawn care business, so like
Oh, the lawn
specifically,
care, right.
this isn't like I on my own lawn reduce fertilizer. They like specifically their whole thing is about reducing fertilizer for all of their customers. So that's huge. I feel
gotcha.
like we should have the discretion to like give them a point for that,
Mhm.
even if it is not something we would categorically list, because it's real specific to their business.
Right.
I think that's fair, yeah.
Well, I mean, even like businesses that do have lawn space, which probably not that many have,
Mhm.
it could be related. We could have that for that too.
We could, yeah. And then yeah, they both said yes on recognition would be important. And then this is just Jeff at Lawn Care said he's happy to have a conversation. It's like I'd be happy to chat with him and show him the list of points so far and say, especially as a non-food service business.
Yeah. Yeah, he seems like he is into this stuff, being at the EV showcase and now this, so.
Yeah.
Did he leave? Do we have their contact information?
Sure do.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so maybe we can reach out to Jeff and I mean Hearts too is also not food, so
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, is there any interest in like highlighting the business owner either on like the Facebook page or something, or it's like you could pick one business a month or something and just say, oh, here's Jeff from Velvet Green Line, like just questions and like answers, like, how are you doing green things in your business? And then he answers like, oh, we're doing this, and this, like just something to like promote the business,
Mhm.
the person behind it, yet also incorporate some of the other stuff.
we could do a WCAT feature.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that.
I like that.
They
Like a
love
little
us.
testimonial.
Yeah, WCAT loves having a little project,
Mhm.
filming a 30-second spot of a green
They just
business.
love content. They just
Right.
like
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Mhm.
I think that'd be worth doing.
W-
Well, I can reach out to the both of these folks and share the page as we have it so far of the points and ask for some feedback.
Okay, cool.
I told Jeff or the people on his team when I met with them about the EV showcase a couple months ago about sponsoring. I mentioned to them that we were planning to do this and that we'd love their input and stuff. So you should probably be expecting to hear from us about it.
Cool.
Well,
Glad
hopefully
to
other
know.
businesses will take the survey too.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad that we have like a business that we can work with on this.
Yeah.
Maybe we can find a food service one.
Which
So
food service or two do you think would be most worth like having a specific conversation about it?
maybe Leaf and Ginger.
I was thinking them or Remedy. Yeah, are both like pretty into it.
So, yeah, I don't know like how many survey responses we're gonna get. Considering the newsletter for the board, for the chamber went out end of last week. It was Thursday.
Yeah.
And I guess if we haven't had that many now, like up until now, I'm not sure how many we'll have. Like they put it at like the bottom of the survey, like just like plain text, just not, doesn't stand out at all.
I mean, I really think like personal door to door, like hand them like the QR code we did for the EV showcase. Like I think handing out something like that or a pamphlet about the program is going to be the best way to actually reach the businesses. But I wonder if we want to do that with the actual program rather than with this sort of precursor feedback situation. If we're going to do the door to door thing.
Yeah.
It would be nice to get a little bit more input before we
Yeah.
like lock it in.
I don't know if it's helpful, but I'm happy to like put together like an FAQ kind of thing. I don't know if that's helpful
That'd
to
be
just
great.
lay it out, just say like basically like what is this like what is the incentive for me to do this? And how do I
I
get
think even a couple example
couple
businesses.
examples? Yeah, like something
Yeah.
like that. I can put that together. I don't know if that would go with the survey or that would when we go and get the businesses. Is that when it would go out probably?
That would probably be with promotion
On the
of
webpage.
Yeah, like
program.
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me add that to my list.
Yeah, I'm wondering if we should have another call with John in the chamber. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, like, people just don't want to take a survey, maybe, that could be part of it. And yeah, maybe we just do need to go door to door.
I think, and when we do, we also need to be prepared to provide the support that we suggested we might make available, whether it's coaching or peer support or supplies or whatever. Like,
Yeah, I mean, but that was the point of the survey, like what kind of resources would you
yes,
need?
we got one vote for each of them.
Yeah, and John hasn't really give clear like guidance on that, so I just don't know what to provide.
I think we'll find out a lot by going door to door. The interest or what people are looking for, or probably learn a lot.
Mm-hmm. So is that our next step?
Well, do you want to wait for survey like just give that a little more time, or do you feel like
Yeah, we could give it more time.
Okay.
I think Erin said that she sent it out, but then was also gonna like send it directly to some businesses. Like she sent it in a newsletter, but was gonna send it directly to some businesses too. So yeah, maybe we give it till like after Thanksgiving.
yeah.
See what we got then, and then maybe set up another call with the chamber and Erin and say like, hey, we're thinking about going door to door. What do you think? Like, have you gotten any more feedback? Kind of follow up with them.
I haven't come across anything in my email as a Wakefield business owner, so I don't know. I mean, I'm a little behind on my emails, but I've been looking for it, but I haven't seen anything. But obviously, it's going to people because two
Are
people.
you a chamber member?
Yeah.
So it should have been in the newsletter they sent out end of last week.
End of last week, okay.
Or
Yeah,
six, maybe.
yeah, I'll look and see. I also did an email clean out last week, so missing some things.
I mean, their newsletters are just kind of got a lot of stuff in them, and
Yeah.
having this at the bottom that's just not,
Yeah.
doesn't stick out at all.
Right.
All right, so wait until after Thanksgiving to see survey responses we get. I may send an email to Aaron and John to put a meeting on the calendar for after Thanksgiving. And then we'll go from there.
You want to have a survey closing date or something? Like sometimes I get emails like that, like survey closes, December 1st. Please respond, and it
Last chance to.
yeah, I mean, I'm just saying I do respond to surveys generally, but that does help me to do it sooner than later. So
So should I ask John to put that in the next, I think their newsletter is only monthly. So. I mean, they do send like separate emails on like specific like events. So maybe this could just be like a separate email altogether.
But do we want to spend that? I feel like we probably get to do one of those asks. So I think the question is, do we use that for the survey to get feedback about it? Or do we use that for the actual, like, hey, this program exists now, check it out, participate? I don't know, maybe we can do it multiple, but I wouldn't count on it.
I feel like it's the second one that you said. Like, here's this program.
That'd be my gut. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we also can evolve the program, right? Like part of the
Right,
reason we're going to do it in Google Forms, for instance, is if we learn that there are a couple of categories that aren't worded well and don't make sense, we adjust them. Like this can be the pilot season of it.
Yeah.
Right. It's not like the prize that we're giving away is anything so valuable that if we give it a little bit extra or, have a slow start at it, like we can keep adjusting.
So I won't ask them to put the survey again in the newsletter. I mean, it's not going to go out until like December 7th anyways.
I think that's fine.
And
Like
then
if there are
Aaron,
particular businesses that we have a relationship with, I think we could ask them directly.
to take the survey. Not really.
I just mean like any of us personally.
That's Christina's.
Yeah. I think we've probably gotten Christina's input.
Christina, you didn't take the survey.
I can get the survey. I'm looking right now, but I got the September newsletter. I did not get an October newsletter.
So this would have been November.
November. Yeah, I don't have anything after that.
I mean, I got it in the ESC email.
Yeah, no, I get them from John Smolinski. And I did not get that. Yeah. I would take the survey if I got it. Yeah, anyway. Maybe it's just me.
Well, I got a couple from the chamber about this legislative update.
Oh, you did?
I also don't see one about, I don't see a newsletter.
Yeah, I didn't have a newsletter, but
I can forward the email.
This is the
ESC.
September newsletter. I mean, it's possible I deleted them after reading them.
I only have September as well, so.
All right, I'm going in right now. The November newsletter, it was sent Friday the 10th.
Okay.
Friday the 10th at 3:19 p.m. The subject is November newsletter.
Mm,
I will forward it to you guys.
yeah, thanks. I have a couple of like paint night registrations from the Wakefield area chamber or something, but
It's weird.
yeah, this
'Cause
was
I mean, I get all the ones in the ESC email from the chamber.
from the
and I
chamber. Yeah.
got the newsletter plus all those other random ones.
Oh, I got paint night.
Yeah,
got a bunch of paint
I got
nights.
paint night and the new
Yeah.
legislative, whatever it is.
Yeah, yep, that's what I got
But
too.
not
Weird.
Yeah.
checking my spam.
I wonder if it's only sent to like certain people. That wouldn't make sense.
No.
Well, maybe that's why it hasn't been taken more.
Yeah, I mean, it's so weird though. It's like the oldest Outlook web app ever. Send it later.
The worst.
All right, so then our next step is to set up another call, basically, and see where we're at with surveys after Thanksgiving.
That's good.
So our next meeting is December, or any matters anticipated?
I've completely dropped the multifamily recycling
Oh,
thing. The Board of Health never got back to me. Obviously, we weren't going to make it for this town meeting. I can reach back out to them. I was frankly not going to pay any attention to it until after the events of the last month and the upcoming town meeting. So I will endeavor to pick that up again after Thanksgiving, perhaps.
yeah, I mean, it seems like working with them is not gonna be great. It's not gonna work out. Since they're non-responsive.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we'll have to reconvene on that and brainstorm maybe their next call.
Yeah.
Okay,
And has everyone, speaking of the town meeting, has everyone reminded your friends and neighbors?
I have sent out I've copied and pasted the text. Yes.
I was thinking of bringing leftover flyers to town meeting to maybe have at the front desk. I don't know if that's allowed or not, but
I don't know. I was going to say, I wonder if that's allowed. Maybe hand it out outside the door.
I just have extras, so I was
I mean, might as well bring them. I would imagine you will
Yeah.
not be looked kindly upon for handing them out at the front desk, but maybe just sort of subtly put them somewhere.
Okay.
Lily, I was
So-
going through the like who I usually text about these things and almost sent you a reminder. I was like, I think Lily knows about this meeting.
Yes.
I go through the immediate neighbors, the parents of Orion's friends. I just like think through, who do I nudge on these topics? I'm like, oh, Lily doesn't need my nudge anymore.
Mhm.
I always
Early.
take the nudges though, so don't
But
worry.
Lily doesn't know.
Right, so our next meeting is the 20th, which is the week before Christmas. Does that work?
I think that's okay. The 7:30 time is okay.
Fine for me.
All right. Motion to adjourn? All right, we're adjourning.